A very good evening to you. Thank you for joining us. Welcome to Sports Tonight. This is the Thursday night edition of the show. Promises to be exciting. We have a whole lot to share with you on the program tonight. And I can tell you that if you stay with us for the next 45 minutes, we will make it worth your while and, of course, serve you all that you need to know happening in Nigeria and, of course, outside. Issues, of course, on the international scene. All right, so thank you once again for joining us, and together, let's make this as exciting as possible. My name is Tourney. Let me quickly introduce to you my partners, starting off the show with me tonight, Wale Adigun and Yemi Adebayo. Wale, good to have you on Sports Tonight.
Yeah, it's good to be back once again, and it's been an eventful day, leading up to another fantastic, or what should be an eventful weekend. United leading 3-0 right now in the Europa League, so that's all I'll talk about.
Yeah, we'll be talking Europa League, of course. If we were with us on Tuesday and Wednesday, you know, we were serving you updates around the UEFA Champions League. Today, it's a step down from the UEFA Champions League. No less glamorous, in my own opinion, the Europa League. Some big clubs are involved, so we will be giving you updates around that as well as we go on. And Wale just told you about it. United are 3-0 up at home to Fenerbahce. A lot of other interesting results that I will talk to you about after I allow Yemi Adebayo to say a few things. Yemi, good to have you on Sports Tonight. It's been a good day for you as well. Carry over from yesterday. Arsenal in rampant mood, 6-0 over Ludogorets. Highest margin for Arsenal in the Champions League. Have you had a better result than that?
I can't remember. Okay. It was a good night.
It was a long time you beat an opponent 6-0. People are beginning to believe now that maybe
it's too early. It's too early today. First, I want to say thank you for having me on the show. A lot has happened, like Wale said. He had the FIFA ranking today as well. A lot is happening in the world of tennis. This year, we will not see Rafael Nadal at the World Tour Finals. Injuries has cut his season short.
The season is over.
And Roger Federer as well. So it's been a while since we will not.
But they're not the top players anymore. They're not the world number one.
In the last 10 years, you've always had at least one of the two of them, or the two of them
in the top 10.
In the top 10, and consequently World Tour Finals. So. That's not going to happen this year, and we also look at what's going to happen in the FIFA for the women, and a whole lot of things happening in the money spinning world of sports.
Guys, let's move very quickly now and take a look at some issues. Let's start with tennis. The Governors' Cup is really hotting up in Lagos, but for us, until a Nigerian is able to win it, we will continue to ask questions. But it's good. It's not all about winning all the time. It's about being able to rub shoulders with the best and then getting to also upgrade and improve your own game. Those are, for me, are the objectives of what we're doing. Looks like you're just throwing out money. Those guys are just coming and they're taking, the foreigners are just taking the money away. Yeah. But what you're doing is that you are able to rub shoulders with the best, and it rubs off on you sooner than later.
The opportunity to compete, you can't take that away. You can't train in isolation. You need opportunities like this to measure yourself. It's like taking a picture. I mean, standing in front of the mirror, you get a good sense of what you look like, what you need to work on. It's sad when we come in and start talking about tournaments like this, not having Nigerians, players crashing out in round one, not making this right, all of those things. But it's good that at least we have competitions that, being here, you can participate and you can, try to get better. Of course, to be the best, you have to beat the best. And, this competition brings some of the best to your doorstep, and you can rub shoulders with them. At least you can learn.
At least if you cannot go to the Grand Slam, you can bring the Grand Slams to you. That's what this also represents. But Wale, the good thing is that this tournament, one of the few tournaments that has survived the times, started when Asiwaju Ahmed Bola Tinubu was governor, continued all through the administration of Babatunde Raji Fashola, and now Governor Ambode has picked it up, and it's now on the calendar. Every year you look forward to it.
Of course, and even at world level, it's been recognized. It's ITTF recognized. But in as much as I applaud the consistency, I'm not too happy with the growth of the events. We're looking at pictures and
empty stands.
Same thing, this is supposed to be something that should also draw Lagosians. I know that tennis is not our #1 sport.
But Lagosians used to be tennis lovers.
And for the first time in a while, the Nigerian interest remains sustained. I mean, in the competition. Players like Clifford and Osorebe, Sylvester, Emmanuel, all got into advanced stages, which can be defined. From the Nigerian point of view, advanced stages
which is what we want, which is what we've been looking for.
It's a sign of progress for us. They didn't do too well in the Futures 5, but in the second week of the Governor's Cup, they improved. I think this also got Sylvester Emmanuel a mega contract or a mega deal with one of the oil and gas companies around. So there's plenty.
Good deal. I saw the figures. Very good deal.
It's a triple, right? I think $90,000 over 3 years or so. It's a good
and that's exactly what we've always talked about.
And the good thing is that the deal allows him to go to somewhere like Barcelona and own his skills, playing tennis, which is a good thing. And this has come out of the Governor's Cup. So it's a great one. But also, I don't believe that we are playing the best. I believe that we're just playing the surface players. When you have players like Boy Vestov, I don't think they are the best.
Where the best tennis players are.
Of course we do. Of course we do. But I think I'm more worried that the women, the ladies section, the Nigerian show doesn't show up, and was more dominated by the grammatical polo and the rest of the ladies in there. I'm more concerned in that.
I would the part that I do agree with is development. I agree with that. I think we should be careful in how we measure development as well. As much as we want to grow fast, if you really want to grow, like if you're going to plant something, it has to really go deep down before it sprouts and it comes up. And I don't believe, at this stage
of our tennis,
a lot of factors. We need to get a lot of things right.
But Tonya, our tennis should have come of age.
We
used to have Jonathan Igbinovia, you remember?
That's the operative word. Should. But the reality of our situation makes us to understand. I'm not saying we should applaud.
I understand what you're talking about, but people need to understand that where we used to be, it's a reflection of our national life.
Yes.
So you like to talk about
it's a reflection of what
used to be so good in those days and isn't working anymore.
In as much
electricity, all of those things.
I know, but in as much as
our sports cannot be isolated from our national life.
I perfectly agree with that.
Whatever efforts, therefore, we put in to begin to revive all of these things and gradually bring them back to what they used to be, the better for us, and to accept our reality.
And it will take a while to get there.
If we continue to accept our reality, I would say the Super Eagles won't win the Nations Cup anymore.
No.
Even in our reality, we won the Nations Cup in 2020.
No. The interesting thing about the football, is that it's still the football that keeps getting us there.
We know,
even when we know that we have some issues, we still manage to do these things over and over.
I think your argument should win because it's 2 against 1 here. But
but your point is noted.
But I'm also worried about the talent pool.
Yes.
I'm happy that Sylvester and Clifford have shown what they can do, but we need more. We need more to come through. The talent pool has to give us more and more tennis players.
We have to do a lot more.
Yes.
Because we always have those guys who come through the ranks and they look like they're going to be promising talents, and then they fizzle out. A lot. Jonathan Igbinovia,
it's not just tennis across board. If you look at sportsmen, women at their tender ages when they're being discovered, what differentiates maybe the one from Europe and the one from this part of the world is the opportunities they get. And that's basically...
I was going to tell you about Jonathan Igbinovia. I mean, they came up and everybody was saying, look, this is one guy that could go all the way, the Mafidons, the girls, Opera sisters, and then at some point the Mafidon came through. But they just rise and then suddenly they're up the radar.
There's no springboard to ensure...
sustenance.
I think the future is bright. We're also from the ladies. I remember there's Melissa Efize, the Russian-based tennis player. She's got plenty of potentials, although she got knocked out early. But we need to be patient with this budding talent.
Yes.
We need to.
I was going to mention Clara Odofia as well. Those names were up and up and up. some of them are so good at the juniors that they played some of the best players in the world. But
the leap was just
after that, it all fizzled out. We're not trying to discourage the Governors' Cup. We're happy that it's still going on. We want to just, encourage the sponsors, the Lagos State government, the Lagos State governor, that you may not be seeing the results now. It may not be visible, but you are sowing seeds.
Yeah.
You are sowing seeds, and sponsoring this tournament year in, year out is like watering those seeds.
Yes.
And then one day you begin to see the fruit. So
Yeah.
let's keep at it. Let's be patient. These things do happen. All right. I told you at the beginning of the show that Europa League games are going on as we speak. Let me just run you through some of the results before we go on a break of some of the games that we have currently going on. It's not looking too good at all for Fenerbahce. They are down at Old Trafford by 4 goals. It's 4-0. Pogba with two of the goals, penalty goals early on, and it's not looking good at all for them. Feyenoord and Zoya are still playing out a goalless draw in that one. Olympiacos with Brown Ideye, the Nigerian, 3-0 up over FC Astana. And Maze with Leon Balogun on the bench are also 1-0 up at home to Anderlecht. All right, we'll go for a break now. When we return, we'll still talk football this time, the Super Eagles and the FIFA rankings on Sports Tonight.